what's going on everyone? Matthew from therighttrader.com back today with another daily crypto update. I will be going over my normal schedule today, as per usual, of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Ripple, Neo, Vertcoin, Monero, Omisego, Lisk, Cardano, and IOTA, all of those in that order. Any more detailed technical analysis on TradingView in just a second. Other than that, if you're interested in monthly cryptocurrency buying opportunities, go check out my premium content. I'll have a link to that in the description of this video. And if you're interested in trading altcoins, go check out Binance. I'll always have a link to them in the description as well. Let's get started with the general market update. We can see that there's still a lot of red. Certain cryptocurrencies have started to slow down the falling. Some of them are dropping a bit more. However, Ripple still doing really good here, up 11%, getting towards that $1.50 mark. A very interesting level for Ripple to be at. And I think I'm going to make a video talking a little bit more about Ripple, how I see it acting in the next couple weeks, because it's definitely getting a lot of the money that Bitcoin and some of the other bigger cryptocurrencies are actually losing. So it is becoming somewhat of a safe haven. I've talked about that in the previous couple daily crypto updates, and I think this is being confirmed by the price increase, right? So very interesting right there for Ripple. Otherwise, Quantum, actually one of the few cryptocurrencies that's in the green today. We've got Icon, pretty popular cryptocurrency, up 4%, doing pretty good. Rayblox up another 20% now, above $11. I absolutely love this cryptocurrency. This is actually my biggest holding right now, and so I'm not facing too much trouble with the big drop in cryptocurrencies. If some of these cryptocurrencies drop more, I will probably be buying up at these lower levels, right? Of course, that's not financial advice for any of you, but I do think that some of these are falling, to some pretty low levels, and why not buy them up when they're low, right? So that's just my opinion, not financial advice. But Salt up 9% here, getting towards that $15 mark. Let's see, Byteballs doing pretty good, Bitcoin Dark, and KuCoin shares. This is a exchange, so kind of like Binance Coin, up 41%. I think that these cryptocurrency exchanges, coins, usually will do pretty well for a sustained period of time until, there's no more users on their platform, right? So definitely a big move there for KuCoin shares. Other than that, just a lot of red once again, unfortunately. Let's start off the technical analysis with Bitcoin, and we can see that we lost our uptrend line support, came and dipped back to our $13,673 support level. This is this black horizontal line over here. And that's currently where we're finding support, right, which is good. But with that being said, we do have this lower Bollinger Band that's starting to move lower. We're fully downtrending once again on the MACD, same thing on the histogram, and getting towards that 43 line support level on the RSI. It'll be interesting to see if we'll get a bounce there or if we'll break below that. If we do break below that, we could start to see a pretty massive drop for Bitcoin though. Now, at this point, it's all going to be based on, are we going to drop and lose this $13,673 support level? If we do drop below that, we'll probably come back and test this $11,400 mark. And then, if we lose that, we could even drop further. But for now, we haven't dropped since the big drop a couple days ago lower than this support level at $11,414, right? Now, for the time being, it's still holding this initial support level, and I think we probably are going to see a bit more consolidation here. We do have that middle band that's starting to point lower, which is a bad sign, and it's going to put a lot of downward pressure on the price, right? That's one of the main reasons why we weren't able to move higher, and it's sent things back to these lower levels. So I think we're either going to get some consolidation in this area at around, a little bit above $14,000, or drop back down to the $11,414 mark. Let's go over to Ethereum now and take a look at how it's been doing. So Ethereum dropped a little bit more. Looks like we're bouncing off our $700 support level. That's pretty much in line with our middle band as well. So that's some pretty major support right there. We can see that we've bounced off that a couple times in the past couple days. So definitely major support there, and we're more or less in the middle of our Bollinger Band range. Now trending on the MACD, histogram, and RSI now. So indicators are definitely bearish. And I think that at this point I expect one of two things for Ethereum. Either consolidation in the $700 area, or we're going to lose the middle band and see a pretty big drop pretty much right away, maybe some kind of bounce at around $600. But otherwise, I really think we might move back towards this $537 mark just because we don't have much support in this area, right? We got such a big breakout that there's a massive gap. And if things start getting ugly in the crypto market, we might move all the way back down to this $535 area. So of course, it is possible that the market bounces in the next couple days and that things clear up. Like I've said, I do think that we will probably see a bounce within the first week of January, which could definitely turn things around and put things back into more bullish momentum. But for the time being, things are definitely taking a breather and are not looking good here. Let's go over now to Litecoin, see how it's been doing. So Litecoin, unfortunately, dropping even further. This is in part due to the fact that we don't have much support here, kind of like Ethereum, right? We got such a big breakout that there's just only a few support levels. So it's finding support at around $240 right here. We have another support level at around $218, another one at $200, and then back down to $161. A lot of pressure from this downtrend line. That's what's creating this downwards movement right now. And we have our middle band that's way above the price, which will also start to put pressure on the price as it falls back down. And MACD downtrending, histogram downtrending, RSI downtrending pretty heavily at this point. So we're going back towards that 50 line on the RSI. Maybe could see a bounce there. It's not looking like it for the time being. And at this point, until we see a break above this downtrend line, we will normally continue to fall a bit further. So our lower Bollinger Band is currently at $172. That's a pretty good indication for where we may start things to slow down. But I wouldn't be surprised to see us test, at least this $218 level, probably the $200 mark in the next couple days, which is, some pretty low prices. So I will personally be considering to buy up at those levels already. If it drops a little bit more, it'll be even more tempting. But let's go over to Ripple. I wish I had bought some Ripple in the past couple of days, and I kind of missed out on the whole jump, but I definitely told you all that I thought it was going to do good. Now, got a bounce, in that $1 area, and it's been uptrending, pretty much ever since now. So very strong green bullish candlesticks, higher highs, higher lows. That's what we always want to see. Looks like we might be breaking out of the downtrend line on the histogram. Pretty much canceled out any kind of bearish signals on the indicators, which is pretty interesting, right? We broke out of the downtrend on the RSI, pretty much confirmed the uptrend on the MACD now, and those are all very good signs. So moving forward, we put in a high today of $1.45. So that $1.50 mark is going to be very important and a very strong resistance level, right? Because after that, the next stop is $2. So it'll be hard to see if, is this the short-term peak for now, $1.50, or are we going to manage to even move higher, right? So it's still very early to tell. We'll have to see how the next candlestick acts and if things are going to start to slow down. But if we start moving above our previous highs over here near, $1.27 and then $1.36, then it becomes more and more likely that we're going to get a big break at above $1.50. And like I said, there's a lot of money flowing into Ripple from the cryptocurrencies that are falling, like Bitcoin and things like that. So it's kicking up the prices even further right now. So as far as Ripple is concerned, as long as we hold this uptrend line right here, we will still be in full bullish momentum. Let's go over now to NEO and take a look at how it's been doing. So NEO took a little bit of a dip here, tested the $58.67 support level, also tested the middle band, the brown line at $56.38. So those are two pretty important support levels. We can see that we've been putting in a series of higher lows despite the fact that the price has been moving lower, which is a good sign, right? It means that we're still holding this middle band very well and still have a little bit of support pushing us to the upside. But with that being said, it's going to be very important that we don't lose this $58.44 support level. Now, I have this downtrend line right here that I put, pretty tight downtrend line, and it creates a little bit of a formation where we can see that the price is either going to break out of this downtrend line. It can do it in a pretty horizontal manner as well. It doesn't have to necessarily a big breakout. And then we can maybe see it slowly climb back to that $70 mark. But It could also, if there's a lot of downward pressure from this downtrend line, push the price back below the $58 level, and that would probably mean that we'd re-go to this $50 mark. As far as the indicators are concerned, we crossed back below the orange line on the MACD, one negative on the histogram, and broke below our uptrend line on the RSI. So those are all pretty bearish signals. At this point, we'll have to just wait and see, get some confirmation if we're going to get any further drop, or if things are going to slow down and maybe consolidate, maybe even move back to the upside. Let's go over and take a look at what Vertcoin has been doing. Let's see, Vertcoin, unfortunately, still pretty disappointing price action. We can see that we broke below our $7.21 support level. That means that we're back into this lower range between $7.21 and $6.35. That's going to be the main support level moving forward now. We have the middle band, which is slowly starting to put in a bit of a downtrend now. You can see that the lower Bollinger Band is starting to move lower, and RSI, histogram, MACD, all downtrending at this point. So the key level is $6.35. If we break below that, things will start getting pretty ugly. We can move back down to $4.85. For now, though, we're still holding that level, and we can just expect some consolidation in this range for a little bit longer, it looks like. Let's go over now to Monero and see how it's been doing. So once again, Monero has been one of the stronger cryptocurrencies, but has now started to slow down the growth a little bit. We dipped back below our uptrend line, currently around this $340 area. We are holding above the middle band, which is good, right? We can see that we haven't really managed to move below that and hold below that, especially for quite some time. But even now that we've slowed down, we've still been managing to hold above that, which is good. Now, as for our other support level, we can see that some of the lows that we put in over the past couple of days were at $300. So that'll be a very important level that we want to make sure we hold above. If we do see some consolidation in this area between $300 and $350, otherwise downtrending on the MACD, histogram, and the RSI move back below this 57 line, which was support. And moving forward, I think that we're probably just going to see some consolidation here. It is actually looking somewhat strong with this longer, lower wick. So we could see a bounce, and if we want to regain some bullish momentum, we'll have to at least move back above $355, ideally back above our uptrend line, right? Let's go back. Let's move on now, going towards OmiseGO. And OmiseGO looks like it's getting a little bit more of a drop here, getting very close to dropping below that middle band. If we lose that, that'll be yet an added suppression level that will push the price lower. So that's at $13.49. That's the brown line, and it is currently right holding on it pretty much. So our support right now is back to the $12.30 level. I think that should be pretty major support. I don't really see it dropping lower than that, just because we have a lot of support levels afterwards. So because we consolidated for quite some time before, which is actually good in this case because it put in all these support levels. So I don't think we'll be dropping lower than that, but we could see some consolidation for a little bit longer between $12 and 20 cents more or less, and then this $14.50 level, which is our resistance level now that we want to try to break above if we want to be back into our uptrend mode. Let me go ahead and draw our downtrend line that's now in the making. So that also shows you a bit of the pattern now that we might bump against this downtrend line, move a bit lower until see if we're going to break below the $12.20 support level. Ideally, though, of course, we do want to try to break out of this downtrend line as soon as possible. Let's go over now to Lisk and see how it's been doing. So Lisk is actually holding up relatively well once again. We are moving back towards our uptrend line. Tested that, got a nice bounce, pretty long lower wick. But we did put in a little bit of a top here. Now you can see with this big green candlestick that moved pretty high all the way up to $31, and now we're moving back lower than that. We have a lot of resistance at this $27 level, and we're starting to hook back towards the orange line, downtrending on the histogram, and lost our uptrend line support on the RSI. So for now, as long as we hold this uptrend line, we're still good. Even if we lose this short-term uptrend line, we have support on our previous downtrend line and on our more long-term uptrend line over here, which is in line with our middle band. So I think at the very most, we'll move towards this maybe $17 to $18 mark, but not lower than that during this drop. And we could even see a bounce, pretty strong bounce on this first uptrend line, which would obviously be the best case scenario at this point. let's go over towards Cardano. And Cardano getting a pretty nice bounce today, actually, which is a very good sign, up 6% on this candlestick. Looks like we haven't somewhat broken out of our short-term uptrend line. Let me go ahead and make this a little bit smaller, but we did manage to pretty much break out of our downtrend line, short-term downtrend line, which was kind of what we had going on over here, which is a very good sign. And we're not completely out of the woods just yet, because as you can see, we had done that previously, and then we got another red candlestick that discontinued the increase. So we'll be looking for a confirmation of candlestick, which means another green candlestick, which breaks above the high of this candlestick, which is 2,809 Satoshis. If we manage to do that on the next candlestick, that means that we'll have officially broken out of the short-term downtrend and might even, probably, I should say, move back to that 3,000 Satoshi level. But unfortunately, there we do have major resistance, right? Especially with our other downtrend line that we have over there. So, but I do think we'll test that in the next couple of days, and maybe we'll manage to even consolidate in that area, which would be very good, right? But as soon as we break above that 3,000 Satoshi level and above this other downtrend line that we have over here, we'll be fully out of the woods and really can start uptrending again normally, not really have to worry about any further drop. So it looks like we did cross over on the MACD. We could see that maybe bounce back because the RSI is actually getting a rebound on that uptrend line, which is a very good sign. So Cardano, once again, acting pretty strong. It has been one of the stronger cryptocurrencies, and it looks like it's regaining its strength slowly but surely. So I like its setup right now. Let's go over to IOTA for our final cryptocurrency of the daily crypto update. And let's see. So Cardano coming and really basically dipping a little bit below our $3.42 support level, very important support level, because after that we have another support level at around $2.75, but then it's back to $2 and maybe even lower, back towards $1.50 or even $1. Of course, $2 will be major support at this point, even $2.75, but we are downtrending on that middle band, which is pushing the price even lower. I should also put in officially a downtrend line now. So that's this line right here. A lot of downward pressure from that moving forward. Downtrending on the MACD, histogram, and RSI. Pretty massive downtrend actually, which was actually a bit of a divergence previously. And yeah, it's still looking pretty bad here on the RSI actually. So indicators are very bearish right now, unfortunately for IOTA. It looks like we have increasing selling volume as well. And we have a little bit of this channel right here in the making. So we could bounce in between our previous downtrend line and our current downtrend line as we move lower in these price ranges. And if we're not able to really climb and hold back above this $3.42 support level, now at this point we'll even have to break horizontally across our downtrend line. We're definitely going to lose this support level completely and going to start moving much lower, like I said, right back to that $2 range. I would say between $2 and $2.75 here in the short term. So this is the end of the daily crypto update. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, everyone.